Did you know that Lisa Simpson, yes, the 8-year-old genius, has had more relationships than a lot of adults out there? From bullies to vampires, musicians to imaginary crushes, today we're taking a look back at every boyfriend who's crossed Lisa's path and how each one left a mark on the smartest girl in Springfield. Some romances were sweet, others a total disaster, but all of them say a lot about who? Ralph Wiggum. It all starts with a simple Valentine's Day card. Seeing Ralph looking sad and lonely, Lisa decides to give him a card out of pure kindness.
Poor Ralph. Here you go, Ralph. You choose me? Happy Valentine's.
Problem, Ralph takes it as a love confession. From that moment on, he falls head over heels for her. Ralph starts following Lisa everywhere. He asks her to the school dance, brings her flowers, tries to be romantic, but all of it just makes Lisa more and more uncomfortable. She never wanted any of this.
Ralph, I think you're nice, but I'm just not ready for this kind of thing. Do you understand? I guess so. Good.
What was meant to be a small act of compassion turns into an emotional snowball. The breaking point comes when they're live on TV, and Lisa, feeling pressured and frustrated, finally tells the truth in front of everyone. She never liked Ralph that way.
Now you listen to me. I don't like you. I never liked you. And the only reason I gave you that stupid Valentine is because nobody else would.
He's heartbroken, and the audience watches that painfully awkward moment with a lump in their throat. In the end, they make peace as friends. But this was the first time Lisa realized that love, even when it's one-sided, can hurt. It was the first time she had to turn someone down, and the first heart she ever broke. Colin. Amid environmental chaos and a full-blown uprising in Springfield, Lisa Simpson finds something completely unexpected. Love.
So, is your name as pretty as your face?
Oh.
Colin, an Irish boy new to town, wins her over with his musical talents. He plays piano, guitar, saxophone, trumpet, and drums, and his passion for saving the environment. They meet while trying to warn the townspeople about the pollution in Lake Springfield, and instantly click, as if they'd known each other forever. Colin is kind, dreamy, and idealistic, everything Lisa has always looked for. While the townspeople march with torches in hand, Colin shows up with flowers. He insists he's not Bono's son, but his charm is undeniable. Even though their chemistry is strong, Colin never appears in the series again. A summer love, brief but unforgettable.
Kinda sweaty, sorry.
Luke Stetson. During a family trip to a dude ranch, Lisa meets Luke Stetson, a 13-year-old boy who loves nature and animals. Sensitive, kind, and effortlessly charming, he quickly captures Lisa's heart. She decides to ask him to the local barn dance, but everything changes when Lisa overhears a conversation between Luke and a girl named Clara.
Alrighty, I'll see you tonight. And I'll save you the first dance. Love you too, Clara.
Clara?
Jealous, she assumes Clara is a romantic rival, Yuan, and plots revenge. When she finds Clara lost in the woods, Lisa deliberately gives her the wrong directions to the dance. The plan backfires.
I look forward to it. I hate you.
At the dance, Luke reveals that Clara is actually his sister. Lisa is instantly overwhelmed with guilt. Regretful, she enlists Bart to help her find and rescue Clara from the forest. Though Clara chooses not to tell Luke what really happened, Lisa confesses everything before leaving the ranch. Luke is stunned and deeply disappointed. He never appears in the series again. A romance marked by guilt, courage, and a mistake Lisa will never forget. Thelonious. In the middle of a chaotic day filled with mixed-up timelines and parallel events, Lisa accidentally ends up at West Springfield Elementary. There she meets Thelonious, a brilliant, shy boy who's completely alone. Thelonious is the classic isolated genius. Nerdy, quiet, friendless, and with a huge heart, he's instantly drawn to Lisa. She's the first person who seems to understand and even admire his unique way of seeing the world, but their time together is brief. Once everything is sorted out, Lisa returns to her own school, and Thelonious is never seen again in the series.
You can't sacrifice grades for romance. That's not the girl I fell for.
Will I ever see you again?
Of course you will. At the Magnet High School. Now go.
A quiet kind of love, the kind that sparks quickly and disappears just as fast, like a wrong turn on the way somewhere else. But deep down, it shows how even the loneliest hearts can light up when they cross paths with Lisa Simpson. Nelson Muntz. Out of all of Lisa's romances, this one is without a doubt the most iconic and also the most unlikely. Nelson Muntz, the school bully, known for laughing at others' pain, picking fights, and always walking around with clenched fists, becomes, for one brief and touching moment, the boyfriend of the most sensitive girl in Springfield. Lisa, always guided by a heart that sees beyond appearances, notices something different in Nelson. She believes he can change, that there's a good boy hiding underneath the leather jacket and harsh words. So she patiently tries to help him become that person. And Nelson does try. He makes small efforts, shows sides of himself no one's ever seen.
Down on us as if to say, my first kiss. I always wondered what it would be like.
This ought to shut her up.
But deep down, he's still the kid who needs to act tough just to survive.
Man, you kissed a girl.
That is so gay!
Lisa realizes that no matter how strong the feelings are, she can't save someone who isn't ready to be saved. She ends the relationship sadly, but with grace. This episode became a fan favorite and a key moment in Lisa's story because it showed that even when love is real, sometimes it's not enough. And that growing up means knowing when to walk away, even when every part of you wants to stay. Milhouse Van Houten. Milhouse isn't just another name on the list. He's always been there, always looking at Lisa with stars in his eyes, quietly hoping for a chance. From the very beginning of the series, it's clear Milhouse is hopelessly in love with her, and throughout the show, we see that love endure through time, rejection, and countless daydreams. Lisa, on the other hand, never truly feels the same. Sometimes she gives him a chance, other times she gets annoyed, and on rare occasions, she even seems unsure of her own feelings. But the truth is, Milhouse represents that kind of love that clings on, that waits, even when no one asked it to. He's the classic almost relationship we've all seen, or maybe even lived. And as unfair as it might seem to Milhouse, maybe Lisa understands something he still doesn't. Love requires more than blind devotion. It demands maturity, perspective, growth. Milhouse still has a long way to go, because deep down, Lisa doesn't want someone who worships her. She wants someone who walks with her, not behind. That's why despite the affection, she never fully let herself fall. A love that never quite happened, but somehow was always there, quiet, persistent, and painfully real. During a visit to a fortune teller at a Renaissance fair, Lisa gets a glimpse of her future and discovers that at age 23, she's about to marry Hugh St. John Alistair Parkfield, a refined British gentleman with a deep love for literature just like her. At first, everything seems perfect. Hugh is cultured, well-mannered, and truly admires Lisa's intelligence. They meet at Harvard and quickly get engaged, but when they travel to Springfield to meet her family, the fairy tale begins to fall apart. Hugh doesn't bother to hide his disdain for the Simpsons. He can't make sense of their chaotic, messy ways, and even asks Lisa to hide her background during their wedding, insisting they exchange vows in London, far away from her loved ones.
Nothing works. Frankly, I'll be quite relieved when we get back to England and we won't have to deal with them.
Are you saying we won't see my family again?
Well, possibly your mother will come when the children are born.
With a broken heart, Lisa sees the truth. She could never love someone who doesn't accept her family, so she calls off the wedding. Hugh disappears from her life and from the series, but he leaves behind a powerful lesson. True love never asks you to hide who you are. And in the end, maybe Lisa's greatest love story is still waiting somewhere down the road. But until then, she'll keep living every feeling to the fullest, even when it hurts, even when it fades, even when it ends in silence. Because Lisa Simpson isn't afraid to feel, and that's what makes her so special. She may only be 8 years old, but her courage to love is bigger than that of many grown-ups. If this video moved you or reminded you of a love that left its mark, go ahead and give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, we dive deep into the most touching stories from Springfield and the Big Beating.